Mikey C. Yeah, Michael Cisneros. Big shout.
Let's go.
My Valentine.
We're spending Valentine's Day together, guys. This is tennis coach Conor Casey. I know you guys have probably seen his stuff out there. Where are you active now these days? Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram. I'm on TikTok, Instagram.
Let's go.
I'm on Substack.
You on Threads?
Catch my book. Threads. I'm on Threads, but I can't get traction. I don't got anything to write.
You're not on Snapchat?
Not on Snap.
Not on Snapchat.
No,
right.
no. Yeah.
All right, but no. So, guys, this guy, I mean, watching you work this week, man, it's like, it's what I enjoy so much from the digital space.
Yeah.
It's like, what makes it funnier is it's like your actual stick is like real, you know? It's not like I'm like, just talking tennis this week. When I met you, it was like, yeah, that's you. That's you. I think that's what makes your content easy for you. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, it's all about authentic, right? It's like this is the world that I live in. This is the world I breathe, and tennis is something I've been doing since I was 3 years old. I was one of those 3-year-olds with a racket in his hand.
Yep.
But like an adult racket, so I was dragging it around, swinging at balls, missing. Parents were getting pissed. So this is just the world this is just where I navigate.
Yep. No, I know. So it's like one thing that someone said to me today was, I was telling somebody, I was like, he's always sending me your videos, and his name is Joe Patton. He's a guy co-produced my former podcast, and he was like, dude, tell him like we watch his stuff, and I was like, I will. I was like, he's like it's cool because he played Ohio State, and like Ohio State's really good, and it's like he can still make fun of him stuff. I'm like, no, that's why people relate to him. He's not like again the big league people or whatever, and I think that also wins in tennis.
Yeah. No, it's all about college. We're here for college tennis, right? Team tennis. Tennis players, they have this idea that we're lone wolves and that we kind of like ride alone.
Yeah.
But no, you got to ride with a team.
Yep.
Even if you're Rosemary playing for the C team, it's like you, Linda, Rosemary, Janet, Yokiko, Barb. That's your girls.
And they better bring a damn good salad for post-match,
Egg salad,
like you're gonna
baby.
hear about it.
With some little dill in there. Yeah, man, you're gonna hear about it.
You're gonna hear about it. The girls, I hear the moms talking. Like they know who slacks on making the poor lunch.
Yeah. By the way, first person to ask for a Rosemary Pop shirt, you get one in the mail. All right.
I like in the comments.
Free. Yes.
I like that. So talk about. I mean, now that you've had the success you've had, it's like what brings and like I think a lot of people creating content in the space of tennis. Specifically, they try to jump to the pros and like be a force in like on the tour level.
Right.
What brought you to come hang out at Indoor Nats, Dallas, Texas this year?
Honestly, man, when you experience college tennis energy, American college tennis energy, it's hard to not think that that's the pinnacle when it comes to just like tennis experience, to be honest. Like I love the pros, don't get me wrong, they're unbelievable. Margins are so small that, it's just you're not seeing as many like human error, if you will, or the big energy moments that you see out here. Like today we watched a match 6 courts in a row.
Yep.
All 6 matches happen at the same time. It's like, talk about someone like who has a bit of ADHD like me. It's like, oh yeah, that match, boom, boom, boom. I'm like bopping my head around.
Well, for us to have this vantage point as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to SMU. I mean, this is a beautiful facility, beautiful venue.
And Coach Grant, man. By the way, Coach Grant, the realist.
Man, that guy's he's doing it big. He's,
the king.
He's got the Mustangs. I mean, the outdoor facility we're looking at out here is amazing.
Yeah.
Indoor facilities super inviting for fans to come enjoy. Like on this third tier here, third deck, we can see all 6 courts.
Oh yeah.
And so there's nothing obstructing your view, which we're big fans of in tennis. It's like baseline view, something I always complain about. A lot of these facilities making you watch from the sideline like a pinball machine.
Right.
So SMU's got it going on. But no, when I saw you at Indoor Nats for the women's last week.
Yep.
Did not expect you to do the double. Did not expect to see you go back to back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think that's sick. And obviously you played Ohio State, have college ties and stuff, and big Ty Tucker guy.
Big Ty Tucker guy.
Big Ty Tucker.
I taught Ty a valuable lesson. I taught him what he doesn't want in a player. And look, you got to learn that. He made a big mistake, Ty. I know you're watching. When he was a rookie coach, he wanted to take talented players like myself and Paul Workenden and Adrian Bohane and all the Bad News Buckeyes, and you wanted to take that talent and you wanted to turn that into players, and then you realized you just can't take a bunch of wannabe talented guys who like to party and turn them into hard workers. You got to take hard workers and make them work even harder, and that's what he does in the Rust Belt. So I got respect for you, but I'm glad I'm glad you learned that lesson from me.
Oh man, that's good. Was Ty rocking the sweatpants?
Ty's always been rocking the sweatpants. He was the best recruiter I've ever met. Right when I sat down beside him.
How did he win young Conor Casey over?
So first of all, he's dressed he looks like Eminem, right? It's back in the day. He shows up with a Ziploc bag when he's recruiting me, and he starts dishing out, and he's got old draw sheets from back in the 12s, the Nats at the zoo. It's like, look at me, I was number 1 in the world under 12. I'm like, this is endearing. This is vulnerable. I appreciated that.
Oh my goodness, but no, I think now it's a whole different ballgame. You got to watch. You're just going back and forth with some of these guys from Wake Forest. We just got to watch who would put on a show. Man. Wake Forest has 2 pros, probably 3 pros, honestly, with the freshman on 3, Charlie Robertson. But we were watching DK. If you guys haven't, biggest server in college tennis.
Yeah.
6'7",
swaggy,
24-year-old problem, playing at number 2.
Yeah.
Then you got, Wake. You get old, you want to stay old, and that's how you win in college athletics right now. Basketball, I think you see it. Football, it's like tennis as well. You got Dawson that plays number 1. He's like 23, almost 24.
Yeah.
DK's a problem, and then they got young Charlie Robertson, a freshman, like 18 years old. I think that's a team for me. What did you? I know we haven't seen everybody, but it's like, what have you seen from these teams that you've liked so far?
Look at DK, man. That guy's not your country club boy. Like, that guy is coming clean, like massive serve, got a good salad up there, man. The guy's just looking good out there. We
were just checking out the guy's Instagram. Dude, swaggy on Instagram too.
Dude, clean. I had to follow him. I didn't even mean to. I'm just like, oh, this guy needs this guy's got like vibes. Yeah, man, it was like a tractor beam just pulled me in, pulled my finger to follow.
DK deserves one after his. He's ranked number 7 in the country.
Yep.
And,
did he won with North Carolina?
He was before he was at Georgia Gwinnett.
That's right. Gwinnett.
Last year he was with DK was with Wake Forest as well, but the years before that he was with Georgia Gwinnett, who's like a powerhouse in the JUCO space.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chase Hodges, who I'd never heard of Georgia Gwinnett. I sat next to Chase Hodges, who's now with UTR, and he was telling me that he's like, I'm like a 15-time national champion. I'm like, with who? And he was like, Georgia Gwinnett. And I was like, I didn't know the JUCO space very well, and I was like, I looked up. I'm like, every year they're in the title fight.
And I think they just won it again this year, the indoors.
I wouldn't be surprised. They got a powerhouse down there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Georgia Gwinnett.
Big.
You didn't know who you were gonna hear about today on this little. We're gonna call it episode number 2 of our sit downs with just people in the tennis space.
Let's do it. So like looking at the roster of guys out here. First of all, like, they're having fun. I'll say, right? They're laid back. They're laughing. Their shoulders are back, mouths are open. Everyone's just enjoying themselves. The rosters are having a good time on the sidelines. It's not a high tense. No one looks like they're suffering out there,
Which
right?
is the opposite of the ATP Tour, in my opinion. Like, going to these tour events, everybody's uptight. The security look like they're about to like lose their any little movement. It's like it's such a relaxed atmosphere. Like, people are talking in the stands. No, we're not waiting for them to be quiet to toss the next ball.
Nope.
There's people guys on the bench yelling in between points all the time. And so it's just an environment that welcomes families, kids. It's like you don't have to worry about your kids. It's just like. It's just more fun.
Yeah, definitely. And then the no warm-ups.
No warm-ups is key.
That hits hard because you go right from the coin toss. They're back. Now they're playing. It just feels good.
You're talking about from doubles to singles.
Doubles to singles, sorry. Doubles to singles, that's good. No warm-up. Sometimes I see y'all out there doing a little mini tennis before your tournament matches. Then you go to the baseline. These boys flip to hit, man, right away. So that's what we should be doing.
There you go. No, last question. I'll keep this quick. We'll get back to the action. But, like, what's been the coolest experience or thing that you've taken from your new career in tennis content?
Like,
what's been like something that you, not maybe your biggest win, but something that like you were like, all right, there's more wins and more benefits to like this connective tissue in the tennis community.
I think, Rosemary. The Rosemary Pop video that I did right away showed me that the women's C teams, the teams, not just women, the men, the women, all the teams out there are feeling the same way as I am, And the goal of that video, originally that video was titled "College Coach Brings College Tennis to the C Team." Like, it was too long, I had to rewrite it, But like, that was the point.
Yeah.
And what you're seeing now is like, look, I'm putting all my chips on college tennis because I believe in it. I love the team stuff. So I think the fact that I'm feeling the love back, like when I'm at these things, because it's tricky with tennis, right? You can come in as the funny guy, and coaches could be like, yo, we got a job to do.
Yep.
It's not the case. Like, people are seeing that, like, content creators like yourself and myself, who's making more of the comedy stuff, they're seeing that this is keeping the athletes relaxed, and they're playing some good tennis, man.
Yeah, no, it's cool to brush shoulders with these players in the hallways and stuff downstairs and in between matches, and just hearing I was listening to Brian Baker, who coaches Wake Forest, former pro, talk to his young guys after matches like that, even though that they won. It's like, all the lessons that like you get to. I'm like, it's just cool for us to be a part of. But
Yeah.
no, I mean, it's been awesome to watch your journey. I mean,
Yeah.
you've been getting after it, going crazy.
Question
with it.
for you though.
Talk
Question
to
for
me.
you.
Yep.
When you were playing college ball, which guy were you?
Dude, we just had this discussion. I wasn't like the instigator. Like we had an instigator who was very good at that. You know,
Right.
he would get everybody on edge first, but like I was waiting for them to like do something that was like personal. I was like, when it gets personal though, I'm gonna chirp a little bit. You got to.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
I did get walked out by security in one of my matches. Actually, when I was hurt that match. I was
Yeah.
coaching one of my players, and he was getting hooked like left and right, and I was just like went up to one of their players. I'm like, you got to like. I didn't say the nicest words, but it's like it was just that's the best part of college tennis is all the chippiness, dude.
Yeah,
it's
like playful chippiness.
But nowadays they took the chippiness. It's just all playful chippiness, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what made college tennis so fun. But last thing, they've got these challenge systems,
Mm-hmm.
which makes it even more dramatic. You know, you got three.
Yeah.
Every person has 3 challenges that they get the little monitor. The umpire has a little monitor up on
Yeah.
the desk, and they get to ask for it. And it's pretty cool with that little drama.
Yeah, I saw the Swedish geometry boys out there, the ELS guys. Great guys. Shout out to you guys. Love Swedes. My team at Ole Miss was Swedes, so I feel you guys. You guys are on that snooze. I get it. So they're giving us those lines, and yeah, man, it made it smooth.
No, me and Coach Conor Casey gonna go grab us some quail tonight for dinner.
At Javier's.
Shout out Michael Beck. And
What's up?
appreciate you guys tuning in. And good luck the rest of the way, brother.
All right, man.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Appreciate it.